Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about the concept of money. Of course, I am a personal finance channel. If you're new here, I'm incredibly new as well. I've only just created this channel in the last few months, but I want to talk about your salary, okay, and when you get paid and how you actually deal with your money. I've done a previous video on, how you should deal with your paycheck when you get paid, if you want to check that out. But today I just want to talk about the concept of what you're being paid for your time. So let's say, for example, you have a salary, okay, like a normal salary, and you get 3,200 into your bank account every month, okay? So when we break that down, let's say you work a standard 40-hour week, okay, and you work full time. So when you break all that down, it works out to be £20 per hour is what you're actually getting paid. But do you ever think of your time as that amount of money? I know I definitely don't. I'm on a full-time salary. I work in finance in London, but I never think about, okay, an hour of my time is worth X amount of money. So in this example, an hour of your time is worth £20. So if you're going out to brunch, for example, and you spend £20 on brunch, you have worked an hour to get that amount of money to pay for brunch. Also, let's say you buy a dress just frivolously at the weekend, that's £100. You've had to work 5 hours, 5 by £20 to get that £100 to pay for a dress. And I think this is a bit of a game changer when you start to think of, okay, how much of my time have I had to sacrifice to pay for this item? Even if it's just a frivolous dress that you're just picking up, even though you've got lots of dresses in your wardrobe. I think once you switch your mindset into understanding how much time was sacrificed to pay for an item, it would really make you think about, okay, do I actually need this item? Or could this money be used elsewhere? Or maybe I should just save it because it's taking me, 5 hours to get that amount of money. You're never going to get those 5 hours back. And you're never going to get that £100 back that you've spent. Yes, you'll get more money in the future. But what I mean is your time has been sacrificed to buy that item. And this kind of makes me think, about the concept of, money is just a bit of a game. You get a certain amount of money every month. You get a certain amount of tokens. Like, let's remember all back to the 90s when we played video games, okay? And some people still play video games. That's okay. That's okay too, right? But you remember you would get like a certain amount of gold coins or tokens to buy just random things in a video game. If you start to think of your own money as that, like you have 3,200 gold coins in the month and you can only buy a certain amount of things with those gold coins. Or, the time aspect, if you work it out per hour of how much time have I had to sacrifice. It's the same kind of concept, but when you kind of really think that, okay, money is a bit of a game, how can I use it to my advantage? It really changes your mindset completely. Also, let's stick with the example of gold coins. So you have 3,200 gold coins every month, okay? Would you prefer to spend 100 gold coins on a dress? Or would you prefer to maybe save that 100 4 times in a month so you have £400 and maybe go on a holiday? 4 dresses or a holiday? What way can you use your tokens, your gold coins, to make your life better? I think the real danger is when people get paid and they don't actually look at their bank account. They just spend mindlessly, not really thinking about how it actually got into their bank account or what they're actually spending, how much time they had to sacrifice to get that money. And also, obviously, credit cards. People spend willingly on credit cards, but that obviously is money that is being borrowed that you have to pay back, It's not just free money. So I think when you really start to understand, how much money you're making, how much is coming into your bank account, but also how much you're spending and whether you're spending it on the right things. We've all, been victims of this where we spend kind of mindlessly and bury our head in the sand. And then at the end of the month realize, oh my God, I have no money left and I haven't been able to save anything. Why is this? I think it really depends on a few things. It depends on the people you surround yourself with. Are you with, really big spenders, people who love luxury items, people who eat out a lot, people who want to go on holidays frivolously, even if they can't really afford it, people who spend a lot on credit cards, have a lot of debt and are okay with having a lot of debt. if you're surrounding yourself all the time with these type of people who are, really don't have their shit together with money, who spend frivolously, more likely than not, you will also fall into that mindset as well. Also, if you don't have a budget or a plan, let's say with your £3,200 every month, of course you're just going to keep spending and spending until it runs out, because you have no concept of what percentage that needs to go to living, what percentage that needs to go to saving. You're just spending and hoping that there's enough money at the end of the month. But if you make a budget, even just a really simple one, a clear plan, and I've done this in a previous video, it's called the 50-30-20 rule. And just to reiterate what that actually means, 50% of your monthly salary is to go towards your needs, 30% towards your wants, and then 20% for your saving, investing in your future self. Even if you just follow this basic concept, it will really help just navigate your mind into, okay, what am I actually spending my things on? Should I be buying these Louis Vuitton shoes, or should I maybe put that money in a better place to help my future or to help me in the next month? But as I said at the start, if you really think of your money as, you receive this in exchange of your time, you will really start to think about money and how you're spending in different ways, okay? So maybe the next time you get paid, work out how many hours you needed to work to get that amount of money, and are you happy to sacrifice that money for a frivolous thing like a pair of shoes, even though you've got 10 pairs of shoes at home already? Our time is so valuable as well, and you obviously more likely than not spend a lot of energy at work, so you shouldn't waste this energy or waste this money on things that maybe won't bring you happiness. Or maybe, if it's clothes, for example, you have a lot of clothes, you don't need more clothes to pile up. So have a bit of a think yourself in your own life. How much time have you had to exchange for the amount of money that you've received this week, and how are you spending that money? What are you sacrificing that time to buy? What are the most amount of things that you're buying with that cash? Is it nights out? Is it takeaways? Is it, buying clothes? Is it extortionate rent? Where is that money going? And especially if you have, a promotion coming up at work and you're more than likely gonna, jump in salary. Again, if you don't have a clear direction of where that money's gonna go, it's just gonna get wasted. And if you don't break down the money per hour, you'll never really understand where you're spending your money and how much time has been exchanged to spend all that money. So I hope that's been a little bit of a helpful one. It's more of a I'm thinking out loud sort of video. So if you've any comments on that, please drop them down below. I always think it's really helpful to break it down and think of like money as a bit of a game. We only have a certain amount of gold coins every month to spend on things, and when that runs out, you don't have any more. So what's the best way you can use those coins to get ahead in the game, to make yourself feel a lot more comfortable, to use maybe your money as leverage, to put it into investments or savings, or even things that you really want, like that big holiday at the end of the year, to kind of save up your tokens every month to have a holiday pot of money. Or even to eat healthier. Are you just eating takeaways with that money, whereas instead you could be doing meal prepping and improving your health that way, or spending your money on the gym? Like, it's not all about saving money. Of course you have to look after yourself, you have to enjoy your life, of course, but really understand where your money is going, and then you can take the steps to kind of budget your life a little bit better. Okay, but that's it for me, guys. Hopefully that was a little bit helpful. I'm an incredibly new channel. As you can see, I talk personal finance. I've worked in finance for the last 10 years, and if this is your kind of thing that you're interested in, please drop a like. That would really help. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.